This video is for demonstration purposes only. You don't need to follow these steps on the virtual machine used for training. In this video, we're going to have a look at the installation of Microsoft SQL. This demonstration will show you the settings required to run Sage 200 Professional, but it is not meant to replace the guidance of your local IT or SQL consultant. Any questions on this topic should be directed to your network administrator or IT consultant responsible for the customer's location. Now that we've cleared that up, let's get started. Once you've run the SQL installer file, you'll be presented with the SQL Server Installation Center. Select Installation from the left-hand panel and click on New SQL Server Standalone Installation. Select the relevant option under the Product Key field and click Next. Accept the terms and conditions and then click on Next. As I am not integrating with an Azure database in the cloud, I will disable the Azure extension for SQL Service and click Next. On the Feature Selection screen, click the following two boxes: Database Engine Services and Analysis Services. The Analysis Services are only applicable if you're going to install the Sage 200 Business Intelligence module. I include this selection so you can see the knock-on effects on the SQL Server install process. Now click on Next. If the customer has more than one program which uses SQL, you may want to create a named instance for Sage 200 to distinguish between the different instances. On the Instance Configuration screen, select Named Instance and type the name you wish to use in the available field. To move on, click Next. Make sure that the service accounts are set up as they appear on screen, and then click on the Collation tab. Check the Database Engine and Analysis Services, if you're using Business Intelligence, are set up like this. Moving on to the Database Engine Configuration screen, we need to select Mixed Mode Authentication. Enter a password for the SA account, and then add the current Windows user as an SQL administrator. We are logged in as the administrator, but you may want to give other users the admin access to the SQL server. The Analysis Services Configuration tab is only used if you're installing Business Intelligence and chose to add the Analysis Services in the Feature Selection screen. Select Multidimensional Mode and then add the current user or any applicable users that need to have administrative permissions. On the Ready to Install screen, click Install. The installer will take care of the rest of the process and complete the installation for you. This part can take a while. Once the completion screen appears, check all the features have installed successfully and then click on Close. That's the SQL Server installed. Now we need to install the SQL Server Management Tools, which will allow you to manage your SQL Server to perform tasks like restoring backups. Click the Install SQL Server Management Tools, which will take you to the Microsoft website to download the latest version of the program. Click Download SQL Server Management Studio, run the installer, and click Continue. To install the core components, click Install on the Installation Details screen. Once this is installed, you may be prompted to restart the server machine for any changes to take effect. We've looked at installing SQL the recommended way, but quite often you will be faced with a scenario where SQL has already been installed. Complete exercises 3.1 to 3.4 to look at how you would make changes to an already installed SQL server.